Welcome back to Mad Talks Football, and Alaves have held Atletico Madrid for a 0-0 draw as they gain a massive point in their race, in their fight to save themselves from getting relegated. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, to be very honest with you, it was quite a boring game of football. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, it was quite a dull affair. It felt like Atletico Madrid have basically given up. They know they are not going to win the title, and they are in a way that they are quite secure that they are going to be in the Champions League. So it felt like the Atletico players were not really up for it, if I'm being very honest with you. They barely tried. They had like majority of the possession, but they they did not create anything substantial from that. In the first half, I mean, I literally was snoozing off. That's how boring the game was. It was a lot of sideways passes, passing. They would go into the third in the opposition half into the danger area, but nothing substantial came for it. Alaves were easily able to repel most of their attacks. And Alaves themselves, like, they sat back, they absorbed the pressure. You kind of expected them to do like that, to sit back and let Atleti have the ball and try to hit them on the counter attack. And for the majority of the game, they kept on doing. And the more the game stayed 0-0, the more Alaves started to get confident. They started to get back into the game, started to be involved more in the game. Second half, I think, was much better in the as compared to the first half, because Alaves tried to come out of their own half, try to play football, try to create chances, try to go ahead and score a goal and maybe win the game. And they came close 2-3 times. I mean, Kiki Garcia, that save from Johan Oblak was really good the first time as well, when he had to dive right to his on his left hand side and make that save. That is a really good save. Atletico themselves had a very good save. The goalkeeper making Alaves goalkeeper one-handed save that he made. It was an amazing save to keep Alaves into the game. It was like 70th minute when he makes that save. So that's such an important moment of to make that save, because there was not much time. And let's be honest, if that goal goes in, I don't expect Alaves to come back and score a goal, if I'm being very honest with you. But it was quite a bizarre game, that the first 65 minutes was so boring, and the last 45 to 30 minutes were really exciting. Both the teams, it just felt like you just needed one spark, and maybe that Kiki Garcia chance was the spark that Alaves needed, to give them that confidence that they can go ahead and hurt Atletico Madrid. And it's sort of what Atleti up as well, that they they started being more quick with their passes. The output was getting better from Atleti as well. The chances were still not that good. I mean, both of them had like only 2 shots on target, if I'm not wrong, and both of them ended up being quite good saves from the goalkeeper. So I would say, like, the goalkeepers were on point. This was sort of one of those games that you just needed one shot on goal, and that would have been enough. And any other day I expect Oblak or Alaves goalkeeper, both of them to concede those goals. But it was just they both of them made a really good saves, and that kept the game 0-0. And it ended up and the more it went on, you just realize that Atleti in the last 10 minutes, it was Atleti who was more on the defensive. Like, they really did not want to lose the game in that, and Alaves were trying to get equalizer, because they know get the winner, sorry, because they know how important this game was. If they somehow would have managed to get 3 points, it would have been massive for them, because they are still in that relegation battle. Let's be very honest. It's a massive point for them. There's no denying that. They are on 35 points after this draw, sorry, but it is like still 5 points from safety, and we still have 4 games to go, and the other teams are still going to play. So at this point, at the moment, it is a massive point, but by the end of the weekend, if the other teams around them win the game, so they are still gonna be in trouble for Alaves are still gonna be in trouble. So they knew how important this game was, and as I said, in the end, they were the ones trying to go ahead and get that winner, but unfortunately for them, they were not really able to get that. But I would say it was a really good performance, and they would be really proud of themselves, and they would be really confident going into the next game, seeing how they perform today, going tough, toe to toe with Atleti. Even though Atletico Madrid, I'll be very honest, I really don't think like they tried that much to try to win that game. If I'm being very honest, I don't I want to sound cynical or anything, but I just don't think like the Atleti players really cared, or they were bothered about it, because in their mind, let's be honest, they're not going to win the title, and I don't think anybody's gonna catch them for the Champions League spot as well. I think they are going to finish third in the league, and I think the Atleti players know themselves themselves, and it felt like they were like there's no use of trying go ahead and give sort of extra effort, because some of them are going to play in that a Copa America, South American tournament at the end of the summer. So like it felt like most of the players had that on mindset. Like they already are thinking about the end of the season and the summer break and whatnot. They just want to go to the to their holidays and all that. They barely, in my opinion, they barely came out of the dressing room, barely came out of the team bus. For them, it was done and dusted, and they really did not care about this game. Alaves, on the other hand, they of course they had to try. They want to stay in the league. The last people often talk, really talk about the title picture in La Liga, that it's Real Madrid Barcelona, and it is a really important the title is still going on, even though Barcelona are in my opinion favorites to win it now, 4.8, and I really don't think they are going to drop any points apart from the El Clasico. That can change things, but apart from that, I think the relegation battle in La Liga is much more interesting than the title race. Although that Champions League competition places, even Atletico Madrid are going to be there in my opinion, and I think Athletic Club are going to be there as well. That the fifth spot is the one interesting me. Apart from that, for me, like this is the main thing, is the relegation battle in La Liga currently, and the way that Alaves played, like they really put their bodies on the line. They tried to create as much as they could have done. I would say, in my opinion, I think they reacted quite late. They started playing out, playing attacking football quite late in the game. I think from the start of the second half, they should have been more brave, and I'm in my opinion, they could have gotten those they could have rattled at that team more, and if they started from that second half, and they might have gotten the equalizer. I think if you watch the game, they started getting out of their box. They started to play that attacking football, and started showing intent from after 60 minutes, 65 minutes, and I think that was quite late. Even though Atleti were not really up for it, you still expect them to repel most of their attacks. Atleti are really good in defense as well. So in my opinion, like they should have starting from this. Of course, the better thing would have been to start from the first half, but you expect the sort of the mindset the manager went. They wanted to make sure that they don't concede early, and they drain out Atleti, and I think that's what they did in the first half. They frustrated Atletico Madrid quite a lot. Anyway, I don't think like in my opinion that the players were not really up for it, and after that first half they're like, oh, you know what, screw it. Sorry, my camera on there. As I was saying, like Atleti, in my opinion, if Alaves had started from that second half, I think that would have been much more useful to them, and I think that would have rattled Atleti, and I think they could have gotten something more out of this game. They got a big point, but in my opinion, they could have really gotten 3 points, and that really would have had them with their relegation position. All in all, I think it was not that much of a good football match. It was quite a boring game. In fact, apart from the last 20-25 minutes, I don't think it was worth the watch. But it will be interesting to see what other teams go through. Especially Alaves are going to be looking at those other games and see how important this point is going to turn out for them. So yeah, that's for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, and what you guys think, who has the most chance to survive in that relegation battle. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. We still have 40 subscribers to get, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.